All right, welcome to the first episode of Dumb Double D's.
These dumb double.
I am Dakota.
I think I'm Dylan.
Most likely.
I don't know for sure, but probably.
We'll get our top scientists on it right away.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
All right, so we're talking sports. We're talking sports this week. Sports. Have you heard of the 1904 Olympics? Even though
I've heard of it a couple times.
Yeah, not like this is the third time we've had to record this or anything. Oh God! If this doesn't work, I'm gonna be close to giving up. But nope. Anyways,
We got it.
So the 1904 Olympics took place in St. Louis,
Missouri.
Only funny to us. Hilarious. All right. So I was looking for like dumb history stories, and I literally just Googled dumb history, I think, and that was it. And I came across a website, turned out to be BuzzFeed. Spoiler alert. And they had an article that had like a bunch of weird history stories, and I was drawn to this because I copy and pasted exactly what they wrote. And at the 1904 Olympics in St. Louis, the marathon was a total mess. The first place finisher did most of the race in a car. The guy in second place almost died, from eating rat poison, and the fourth place finisher raced in dress pants and shoes and took a nap by the side of the road for a part of the race.
What a fucking time.
Yeah, and okay, so as BuzzFeed, they're kind of right, kind of wrong. I feel like we've all come to expect that from them at this point. And so this race in total, it was 24.85 miles, and 5 laps were done on an indoor track that I couldn't find any distance for. I'd got to imagine that's probably maybe like a mile-long track, maybe. I don't know.
Probably.
And the rest of it was on a dirt track. And not only were there people running, there was a car ahead of and behind all of the racers. And if you don't know how dirt works, when you run on it and drive on it, it kicks up a lot of dust and dirt and particles. And a lot of people ended up dropping out of the race because of dust inhalation and almost dying. Like a lot.
Nice.
Oh, and not to mention it was over 90 degrees in Missouri this fine summer's eve.
You couldn't catch me running a marathon in general, let alone going outside on a 90-degree day.
Exactly. But all right, so let's get into this. So the guy first across the finish line was Fred Lors. And at mile 9, he got bad cramps and got into one of the cars, and he rode in that car until mile 19. Motherfucker was waving at the racers as he passed them in the car. And at mile 19, the car breaks down, and he starts to run the race again, just as a goof. And he wasn't even given the gold medal. He openly said that he was joshing around, just goofing.
That sounds like a Kardashian running a marathon.
It's really funny that you say that, considering Bruce Jenner.
Isn't he an Olympic medalist?
Yeah, he was an Olympic gold medalist for running. Fucking idiot. Hence the name of the podcast. I need some water really quick. Alright. So.
Don't worry, we're sitting 6 inches away from each other in a closed window car.
Yeah, we're playing it COVID safe.
Yeah. Really gotta make sure we're following protocol.
Oh, it's so funny. I said I wanted to make that joke at the top of the episode and then totally forgot less than 5 minutes later. I forgot that was between my feet. That was almost a bad time inside your car. So anyways, the guy who actually came in first, I copied the story from the wiki page on the race, but because holy fuck, all right. So, Thomas ended up the winner of the event, although
Thomas Edison?
no. God damn it. Although he was aided by measures that would not have been permitted in later years, 10 miles from the finish, Hicks led the race by 1.5 miles, and he had to be restrained from stopping and lying down by his trainers. From then until the end of the race, Hicks received several doses of strychnine, a common rat poison which stimulates the nervous system in small doses, mixed with brandy. I read at another source that it was also mixed with egg whites and brandy. That sounds absolutely fucking vile.
Imagine putting egg whites into your fucking veins.
Imagine putting it into a drink.
Oh, he put it in the drink?
Yeah, it was fucking. You thought he was injecting rat poison?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Why the fuck would he drink rat poison?
His trainers were making him.
Drink this fucking shit right now.
They probably
or
just
we're
told him
gonna
it was
kill
brandy.
you.
So it stimulates the nervous system in small doses. Mixed with brandy, he continued to walk onwards, hallucinating, barely able to walk for most of the course. When he reached the stadium, his support team carried him over the line, holding him in the air while he shuffled his feet as if still running. Hicks had to be carried off the track and might have died in the stadium had he not been treated by several doctors. He lost 8 pounds during the course of the marathon. Dedication, for one, alright? I mean, not really on his own part. His trainers were like, no, motherfucker, you're winning this race.
He has a secret that doctors hate.
10 out of 10 doctors hate this man.
Lose 8 pounds in one day. In one race.
In one 25-mile race. So, holy shit. Yeah. Okay, so I found another article. This Hicks guy was, quote, a clown by trade. So, okay.
He's a clown.
This man's a literal clown running a race where, for a good portion, was being dosed with rat poison, brandy, and egg whites. What the fuck?
Sounds like the normal life of a clown.
Yeah, but usually it's not egg whites. I feel like it's got to be semen. Which I guess is, kind of egg white in a sense.
Half of it is white. It goes on to the eggs.
Exactly.
When I said that, I thought about how you put A1 sauce on steak, but just white on egg. Imagine if it was translucent and then you had to put the color into the egg.
It's Easter. So the dude who came in third, he must have not been important at all, because most sources that I looked into, all 3 or 4 of them, they had nothing to say about this guy. So we're going to go to the guy that came in fourth. And holy shit, he did a lot more than take a nap. He lost all of his money in Louisiana, and he had to hitchhike to St. Louis for the race. And he hadn't eaten in what most sources were saying was 40 hours. He showed up last minute, starved, and in a suit. He had cut the pants off into shorts for the race. So it wasn't dress shorts or whatever it said up there. They were dress pants that he cut into shorts.
What a businessman.
Yes, he's a great businessman. He just lost all of his money in fucking Louisiana. Somehow got 3 states. So, starving, he was running this race, and apparently part of it went past an apple orchard, and he stole some apples, and they turned out to be rotten. So he got sick and had to lay down and take a nap. I still don't wrap my head around how he came in fourth, being that he took a nap, but he did it. It was a thing that happened.
Imagine if he just went up to the apples and they weren't actually rotten. They just looked at him and said, "Wow, you're fucking ugly." He's like, "Damn, these are rotten fucking apples."
And he ate them and then died.
Yeah. The end.
So one more little thing to note before we move on. The 1904 Olympics was actually the first Olympics to have African Americans and Native Americans as competitors. But, 1904 America, so racism. They were, like, in the newspapers, like, reported as, come watch the Barbarians play. I saw a thing of that. And there was another thing that I had read, I think it was on the Wikipedia article, saying that they were only playing sports that they had never played before, so that way it would make white people look better at sports.
White superiority.
You know it, brother. Yeehaw! Time to go fuck my sister.
For all real reasons, we're not serious.
Or fucking my sister.
Yes.
So, you got any sports stories?
Spurts. I got a few spurt stories. Well, when I was in high school, I used to play football. I wasn't the best at it because I'm 5'6". I was like 5'4" at the time.
Yeah.
2'4". 1.5 on a good day.
Yeah. You know. If I'm lucky, I'm 6 inches.
Yeah, I feel that.
Oh, man.
Yes. Well, back to football and not penis length. No, I'm kidding. So I played football, and I was 2'4" at the time, and about 5'4" at the time also.
I was two different heights.
Yes. So, as you can tell from my height, I'm not really the best football player. Not very tall. Wow. But I also was never very fast. I always thought I was strong. I don't really know for sure. But all in all, I wasn't the best football player. And all of my good friends were on the team. And then one of my closest friends is 6'3" or 6'4", and he was somewhere in the 200-pound range. I don't know exactly what it was, but
so y'all are definitely in the same weight class for sure.
Not at the time. At the time, I was like 160.
That's the joke, friend.
Yeah.
No, you were not.
This is why it's dumb double D. Well, there was one play that he had to target me every single time, and it was
fair.
It was painful.
Yeah, I could imagine.
And he was very, very, very strong. He still is very strong. Now he's in Arkansas now. Arkansas. But every single time that he would hit me, I'd take it. I'd just eat it. I'd be like, all right, this is fine. And then there was one time he hit me, and the way I fell was the worst way that I could imagine anybody falling, to be honest. And I hit my head first, and my body went over my head, and then it went back and fell on the ground. And as I stood up, I was like, oh, I feel okay. And then I took like 2-3 steps, and I was like, fuck, I'm pretty sure I have a concussion. And
All right, so that's where you're like, hey, coach, I need to go, sit down and probably go see like a doctor or something. I think I got a concussion, right?
about that,
Right? Right?
don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to.
Between my feet.
No, I kept playing and didn't tell anybody. And I don't think I have told anybody until right now. And it was stupid, yeah. But,
Yeah.
but I was having a good time, I guess. I mean, I must have had a good time if I was playing with a concussion.
I guess, yeah. Fair.
But yeah, that's one of my stupid stories. And then I remember also in high school, there was a time where I was in gym class and we were playing softball, but we were playing softball with a volleyball.
Sounds like a good recipe for a good time.
Yeah. It was beautiful. And every time I would go up to catch a ball, I'd be fine. Nothing happened. And then, literally, as soon as the fucking senior softball player comes up, smacks the ball as hard as she can, I reach my left hand out. I try to catch the ball one-handed for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what.
Be an anime boy.
Exactly. I don't know what was going through my head other than I had to have been.
You had to have like just watched that kickball episode of the Boondocks. You're like, I'm gonna get this bitch.
Oh yeah. And then, so when I reached my hand out, it hit my ring finger. My ring finger touched near my wrist.
Oh Jesus!
And at first, I was like, ow, my finger really hurts. And then I think I sat out the rest of that gym class, but I didn't go get my finger checked out until 3 days after I broke it.
Nice, smart,
Yeah.
good move.
And then when I got my x-ray, they told me that I had a pretty clean break in between my finger. Like, literally right on the bottom portion of it, it was just split completely in half. And surprised my finger didn't, like, rip at all, to be honest, because that was far as fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm just really happy that nothing too bad happened.
Yeah. Fucking. So I actually, your first story reminded me of the first time and actually only time that I've ever done a scorpion.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a rough one too. Okay, so I used to live in this apartment complex thing, and it was on 3 different sections of massive hills, like literally 100+ foot hills between each section of this apartment place. And I was maybe 10 at the time, and we lived in the middle portion. So me and my stepbrothers used to, like, we would go sledding down those hills and stuff in the winter. Like, it was super fun.
That sounds really fun.
I got run over once by my fucking monster of a stepbrother on accident because I didn't hear him tell me to move.
Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
Oh, dude, when I was 3, I took my grandma out at the fucking knees on a sled. That was funny.
Nice.
Yeah, I swept her right off her fucking feet. Fucking,
All
no.
I can picture is her falling and just going, ah!
It's pretty much. But no, so, like, we would go sledding down there and shit, and they had a sidewalk that went down to the bottom portion, too, and I decided to ride my scooter down that one day, And picked up a bit of speed that I wasn't expecting, and I ended up getting the wobbles, and being 10, didn't really quite know how to deal with that. And I was trying to like hit my brake, and I don't quite know what happened. I think there was like a gap in the fucking sidewalk, and I went over the fucking handlebars. I went flying. Luckily, I didn't hit pavement. I hit grass, but I swear on everything I have ever known, I literally slid like 10 feet on my fucking face in a full scorpion. Slid like 10 feet.
That's hot.
Dude, I was pulling grass out of my teeth for the entire rest of the day.
That's even hotter.
It was rough, dude.
Did anybody move at you? Just walk past you, just
fucking, but like, the second story reminded me, there was this one time in, I want to say probably 7th grade at the latest, like 6th or 7th grade, we were playing kickball, and I was sprinting to second base, and this kind of smaller kid, now I'm a big dude, I've always been a fairly large kid. I was really fat when I was younger, but like I got taller, so it kind of evened out. It was fun. I'm still fat though. Yeah, so at the time I was probably like 180, 200. Like I was a big fucking kid. Like I was fat as fuck for a while. And so fucking I was running at this kid, and I told him to move, and he wouldn't. And I was like, dude, I'm just gonna fucking, and he didn't move, so I just bodied this fucking kid. I leveled him. Like, I wasn't moving, and he didn't either. So I was like, alright, and fucking, I hit him. He hit that fucking gym floor just so hard. And like, obviously the game stopped, the gym teacher runs over, she's like, what the fuck? And I was like, I was standing on second base. Well, she actually didn't hear us.
Oh.
So I'm standing on second base, and she's like, what the fuck happened? And I was like, I told him to move, like, 3 times, he didn't move. That's not on me. I mean, kinda, but it's not. And she was like, I mean, you did tell him to move, so like, I didn't get in trouble for it.
Nice.
Leveled a child. Like, this kid was...
I wish I could do that now.
This kid was like a good 6-7 inches shorter than me, and a good like 100 pounds lighter. Like, I leveled him. It was hilarious.
It definitely sounds like me in football. Like, I was the kid.
I mean, we could do that now.
Your scooter story reminded me of when I used to go camping with my family, and I think it was in Fairhaven.
Oh, dude, I used to live right next to Fairhaven.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you know that, I'm pretty sure it's a state park. So I used to camp in there,
yeah.
And it's very, very hilly. And
yeah.
I would just be riding my bike, and I was riding my bike down a really steep hill one time going down towards the playground area, and that hill is the steepest hill I've ever gone down on my bike. And I had a mountain bike at the time, so I was like, oh, it's fine, like, this is what they're built for. So I press the brake, my fucking brake line blows.
Oh, no.
I press the other brake, that brake line blows.
Oh, no. Somebody sabotaged.
Sabotaged. But I didn't know what to do. So then I started wobbling like you said you were doing on your scooter. And I just wobbled, and I don't even know what I hit. I think it was literally just the smallest pebble. And I hit it at the wrong angle, and I went like kind of diagonal off my bike. And I went half over the handlebars, and then my lower body just went over everything else. And I landed on the pavement, and I was just going. I just slid.
Oh. And I just realized something I feel I should explain about how I was going down a hill on a sidewalk and didn't hit the pavement of the sidewalk. It was a curved sidewalk, like all the way down. It went around the hill a bit. So yeah, that's how I was able to, though going forward, hit grass.
Right.
So yeah, I just realized I didn't explain that, and I figured I should clear that up for the confusion of our two listeners, maybe, if we actually manage to get this one put up. Yeah. I mean, hey, at least we know the audio will be good. What?
There's the two of them, us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And our mom.
Right.
Probably.
I don't really know if I want to show this to my mom.
That's fair.
I was just talking about duffing a child in the fucking face, so I don't really know if I want to show that to her.
I mean, it's not like you were like, yo, I want to punch my little brother square in the fucking schnoz, just drop his bitch ass.
I mean, I have. She's yelled at me for it, but that was in the past.
I mean, who hasn't, you know? But alright, I think that's where we'll wrap it up for today.
Yeah, wrap it up like a little condom.
I'll wrap you up like a condom.
I'll show you how to wrap a condom.
I'll show you how to rap.
Wrap my dick like a mummy. That's what you gotta do.
I'm gonna leave now.
Me too. See ya.